IS 7098 Part 1 1988. The specification is for cross-linked polyethylene insulated PVC sheathed cables for working voltage up to and including 1100 volts. The standard was adopted by Bureau of Indian Standards on 22nd December 1988 after the draft finalized by the Power Cable Sectional Committee had been approved by the Electrotechnical Division Council. This standard was first published in 1977. This revision has been undertaken to align it with the international practices and to take into account the experience gained during this period in the manufacture of these type of cables in the country. IS 7098 Part 2 2011 cross-linked polyethylene insulated thermoplastic sheathed cables for working voltage from 3.3 kV up to and including 33 kV. This Indian Standard Part 2 was adopted by the Bureau of Indian Standards after the draft finalized by Power Cables Sectional Committee had been approved by the Electrotechnical Division Council. This standard was originally published in 1973 and subsequently revised in 1985. This revision has been undertaken to bring it in line with international practices. Details about this product will be further explained by our officer as well as the experienced technical staff of the concerned manufacturing company.
For XLP cable regarding raw material, we are using aluminum or copper rod. Aluminum rod and copper rod we are buying from the Hindalco and the aluminum from Nalco and Balco also. And these aluminum rods and copper rod is going to test for incoming test, for mechanical and the electrical test. We are doing the same before releasing to the production. For insulation raw material, we are using XLP compound. XLP compound is import from the other countries like Hanwha, Dow and Borealis. These are being used for the HT cables, and for LT cables we are using the KLJ and Kalpana Industries compound. These all material is procured from the approved vendors and processed after raw material testing. Armoring for the mechanical production from the approved vendors like Balaji wire. For the armoring of the material, armoring material is just GI wire or GI strip, and in case of multi-core cables and aluminum we are drying in-house for the single core cables. The outer sheath may be PVC or PE compound, and for PVC there are different type of compound, ST2, ST2FR, ST2FRless as per the requirement of. We're talking about the XLP cable manufacturing. First process is wire drying process. Wire drying process is basically drying the copper and aluminum wire to a required size, and a certain number of wires is required to form a conductor in order to obtain the standard conductors rods and drawn from the aluminum rods and copper rods. Material is as per IS 8130 0. Standing the conductors. Standing process is forming the conductor to carry the current carrying component of the cable. A certain number of reduced drawn wire loaded to the standing machine, and number of wire dependent on the conductor cross section, and currently use the number as per the Indian standard, and over 1000 million mm square the million conductor structure is required. After manufacturing the conductor, the process is of insulation, XLP insulation. Insulation is done on extrusion machine with having the facility of CDCC, complete dry cool and dry cure facility. Single process of triple extrusion including conductor semiconducting and the insulation XLP and the insulation screening of the semiconducting compound. After insulation, the cable will be screening process will take place. The screening implementation is by metallic tape with a thickness or width to withstand the short circuit current. The short circuit current depends on the cable type, and the 3 core cables shall be provided longitudinally the copper tape for the core oblique phase identification. After screening, the laying up process will take place. The laying up of the core means combining of all the 3 cores in a single cable. That process is called as laying up process. All cores has been laid up with the 3 cores red, yellow, blue along with the PVC or PP fillers as per the requirement of the customer, and all the requirements will be as per IS 7098 part 2 and part 1. Inner sheath process. The laid up cables are provided with inner sheath with high quality of PVC. Wherever required, the type of insulation, type of sheathing grade may be changed. It may be ST2 FR, ST1 or FRless, whatever it may be. For XLP cable, we use the ST2 for 7098 part 2 and part 1 and IEC 60502. After inner sheath, the arming process will take place. The arming process is for the mechanical production of the cable, and the single core cables are armored with aluminum, and multi-core cables are provided with the galvanized steel wire or strips as per the customer requirement, and the standard referred for the arming is IS 3975, and the coverage of arming shall be 90% minimum. After arming, the last stage of the cable manufacturing process is the outer sheath process. Cable after arming will be taken to the extrusion for the outer sheath process. The outer sheath may be PVC or PE compound, and for PVC there are different type of compound, ST2, ST2FR, ST2FRless as per the requirement of the customer and the work order, and the standard referred for this is IS 5831 and international standard IEC 60502.
To check the performance of the cables, following type of tests are done on the cable. First of all are routine tests. Tests made by the manufacturer on all the finished cable lengths to demonstrate the integrity of the cables. Like major tests are conductor resistance test, partial discharge test as per IS 7098 part 2. This test is applicable on screened cables only. High voltage test as per IS 7098 part 1 and part 2. Next, type test. Test required to be made before supply on a general commercial basis on a type of cable in order to demonstrate satisfactory performance characteristics to meet the intended application. Major type tests are as follows. Test on conductor as per IS 7098 part 1 part 2. Test on armor wire as per IS 7098 part 1 part 2. Test for thickness of XLP insulation and inner and outer sheet as per 7098 part 1 and part 2. Physical tests on XLP insulation as per 7098 part 1 part 2. Physical tests for outer sheet as per IS 7098 part 1 part 2. Flammability test as per IS 7098 part 1 part 2. Insulation resistance, that is volumetric resistivity test. Electrical test as per 7098 part 1 and part 2 for screen cable only. Partial discharge test, bending test, dielectric power factor test as per function of voltage and as per function of temperature. Heating cycle test, impulse resistance test, high voltage test, test application for the screened cable as per IS 7098 part 2. Next, acceptance test. Test carried out on load, sample taken from a load for the purpose of acceptance of the load. Major type of acceptance test are as follows. Tensile test for aluminium, wrapping test for aluminium as per IS 7098 part 1 part 2, conductor resistance test, test for thickness of insulation as per IS 7098 part 1 and part 2, test for thickness of inner and outer sheet as per 7098 part 1 part 2. Hot set test for insulation as per IS 7098 Part 1, Part 2. Tensile strength and elongation at break test for insulation and outer sheet as per IS 7098 Part 1, Part 2. Partial discharge test. This test is done also on the full drum length as per IS 7098 Part 2 for screen cable only. Optional tests. Special tests to be carried out when required by agreement between the purchaser and the supplier. Some tests are as follows. Resistance test on armor wire. This test is applicable for mining cable only. Low temperature application test.
Now this is 11 kV cable. Now we are going to conduct the high voltage and partial discharge test. Since this is 11 kV, now 21 kV voltage will be applied for 5 minutes. After that, after 5 minutes completion, PD value will be measured at 1.73 U0. Now say this is 33 cable. So we are going to conduct the impulse test. Now there is 10 positive voltage and 10 negative voltage is applied. Now see it on the screen, it is 177 kV and T1 value is 1.67 and T2 is 54.2. We are going to measure the dielectric power factor as a function of voltage. This is 11 kV cable, so at 11 kV we are measuring the value. It is coming 0.00160 against the requirement 0.0020 max. 3 core 240 square mm 11 kV cable. We are going to measure the thickness of outer sheath, and it is coming 3.14 against the requirement for 2.6 at minimum. After that we measure the armor dimension. For the measurement of insulation thickness, we are using the profile projector. We will measure the thickness of conductor screen, XLP insulation and insulation screen. It is 3.62 XLP insulation layer. Insulation screen is 0.66 mm. Now type testing going on as per the requirement of customer and IS specification. When type test conducted, sample are kept for 7 days and 14 days. 7 days for outer sheath and 14 days water absorption for XLP. Now we are going to check the heat shrinkage test for outer sheath. Now the hot set test on XLP insulation is going on. Sample is kept at 200 degree according to the load, 20 Newton load according to the area, and it is maintained for 15 minutes. After that we check how much elongation took place. When there is a compound reference, in that case oxygen index, temperature index is measured, and apart from that smoke density test is also measured. Now this is the apparatus of smoke density test apparatus. Now right now see the test is going on. As others, this test is SCl content test. The test is right now going on. The sample is kept at 800 degree, and after the burning the SCl, the limit for SCl content is maximum 20%. See here it is going on, and after completion of the period we take this sample, and titration is the solution is titrated with chemical certains as specified. Tensile testing is going on. XLP insulation as per the IS requirement is 12.5 Newton per mm square minimum, and elongation is 200% for XLP compound. After the breaking of the sample, we will measure the tensile strength and as well as elongation. Now this test is in progress.
Crucial discussion: how a manufacturer for cables or any other product can apply for BIS certification license. There are two procedures in which manufacturer can apply for BIS certification license. First is normal procedure, second is simplified procedure. In the normal procedure, manufacturer has to submit an application. Once application is submitted, BIS will be conducting preliminary inspection. During the preliminary inspection, sample will be drawn for testing, and once sample passes in the testing, license is granted under normal procedure within 90 days. Whereas in simplified procedure, the manufacturer will have to get sample tested from BIS recognized lab or BIS labs as per the availability. After then, applicant submits the application along with the test report. Once application submitted, BIS will be conducting verification inspection. During the inspection, sample will also be drawn for testing. After satisfactory verification visit, license is granted within 30 days. All the entire process monitored through online portal, that is called eBIS portal. Hence, before submits the application, firstly applicant has to visit www.ebis.in, where applicant get himself registered on eBIS portal. In addition, as per grant of license guidelines for many products including cables manufactured as per IS 7098 Part 1 Part 2, license is granted only on the basis of simplified procedure.